So this week we're going to be talking about self-compassion and what to do to level up if you are going to be faced with another shutdown as a beauty pro. As always, thank you so much for listening to my podcast. And if you want to subscribe or send this podcast to a friend or colleague that this would help them, feel free to do so. And as always, hit me up on my DMs if you guys have any questions or any type of suggestions for new podcast episodes. And let's get started. Support your loving stylist while they're on shutdown. And number 2, for my beauty pros, how to go about the shutdown. I've already been through 2. And there has been different ways that I've gotten support from my clients and made income while at home and really taking my business to the next level. And if another shutdown does happen, I'm going to take it to the next level. And I want to give you guys some tools and tips on how to do that. So to all my beauty pros, 3 things that you can do during the shutdown. Number 1, keep in touch with your clients, you guys. This is such a biggie that I saw so much during the pandemic. And I'm going to be real, and I'm not here to pick on anybody. I want to give you guys tools, okay, that I've seen that have helped me. During shutdown, I grew my business like crazy. Okay, I was getting, like, for my wait list, I was getting 5 to 10 new potential new clients per week. This was the major thing that I heard from them, and I want to share it with you guys. Number 1, their beauty pro went missing. They didn't know if they were going to come back, if what was going on, were they still shut down, were they going to reopen? They had no idea. They made no contact with them. So they started looking for a new beauty pro to take care of the beauty services because they didn't know if they were going to come back. So how can you guys keep in contact with your clients when you're in shutdown? You can do a weekly video. If your clients are in some type of social media channel, I would totally recommend just do a video, whatever. It can be super simple and helpful, you guys. I do weekly videos every week. I do them on Fridays, and my clients love it. They get to see my personality. We talk about different things. It's not all just about hair. It's not all just about beauty. And, we have a good time. That's just how I get to show off my personality and who I am as a person. And I get to keep in contact with them. So you can do the same thing. Another thing that you can do that I love to do is sending them an email with helpful tips, helpful information. Even if our world stops, the world keeps revolving. Trends are coming out in the beauty, industry, different things. Maybe it's, like for right now, I celebrate Christmas or the holidays are here. Maybe you have your favorite, family recipe or family tradition. What are they doing for their holidays? Just keeping in touch with your clients, because guess what? They're human and you're human too. And they come to you not because you're probably the best, colorist, or you're like the best person. And I know sometimes, and I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings because I'm include myself in there. I know I'm not the best in the world. I know that there's amazing talent. There's better colorists than me. And that's amazing. But you know what? There's a connection. I have a relationship with each of my clients. And that's why I am in this industry. My why is because of them. I like the connections I make. It's a relationship, you guys. And it's so important to keep that communication going. So if that works for you, just think about different ways to keep in contact with them and make sure that check in with them, just say hi to them. It's so important during the shutdown that your clients know, you know what? They miss you. They miss you so much, and they want to know, hey, do you miss me? What are you up to? Are you going to come back? Are you not? So just put yourself always in your client's shoes, because that was the number 1 thing that I heard from a lot of new clients that I gained through both of the shutdowns was they didn't know nothing about if their stylist was coming back or what was going on. And, they like watching my videos and connecting with me and getting to know me. So just think about that, you guys. And also, if you want to grow your business, that's an amazing time. Put yourself out there, you guys. I know it's scary. I've talked about this. It's very scary for me as well. It doesn't come naturally as many of you guys think it does. It doesn't. I still get scared every time I do a podcast, every time I do a video. But for me, it's more important to get my message across and connect with people than to be scared and stop myself. Now, number 2, during the shutdown, offer solutions for your clients. There was this amazing salon, and shout out to them. They are a nail salon in Werner Park. She was doing like, and I'm into this, okay, but I'm just giving you an example. CBD cuticle oil with a little removal kit for anybody that had hard gel on their nails. And it was $60, which is, you can go to the store and buy a removal kit for like $10. But it was her own little brand of CBD manicure oil. It came with a cute little video that her clients would have access to. It had like the whole full kit, how to remove it safely at home. And I loved it because when you have nails, you want them off. As soon as the grow out is past 3 weeks, at least for me, I was like, I want these things off. And to be able to have an option that was going to be healthy for my nails and have cuticle oil, which she let me know. And I know this too, but I'm just saying, like, if you're a client, you don't know this, letting me know that was going to, help with the health of my nail and my new growth. That is what I mean. Like, that's amazing for my clients, you guys. And, always check with your lawyer. I actually, because of liability reasons, I always think about liability. I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to be in insurance. So I actually teamed up with a color company, and they were doing color kits, for liability wise. That's what I did to protect myself. So I would just order a color kit for my clients, and I would like package it up really cute with some additional add-ons and a little video how to do it. And that was their custom color kit, so they can do their roots at home, which was awesome, and they loved. Or they could do the little retouch of their toner. I offered different solutions for them. I did fun little videos for them. Just think of ways of how you can make income, and they want to support you guys. They really do. I know some other people were doing like Zoom parties. They were doing new products or like merchandise, like sweaters and shirts and different like cute little makeup bags. It was so awesome to see how creative everybody was. And just because we're in shutdown doesn't mean you can't do like no contact, like deliveries of products. Just innovate. I think it's so important for us to innovate and think of other ways that we can help our clients. And they want to help us too, because just because we're on shutdown doesn't mean they're on shutdown. For me, my clientele, probably 92% of them were still working full-time from home. They still have to do Zoom meetings. They still want to look pretty. They still want to feel good. And as beauty professionals, we're doing a service. Like, don't be shamed because, oh my gosh, like I'm selling something. Like, no, we're providing solutions for them, you guys. And I think it's so important. Like for me in the beginning, I used to be like, oh my gosh, I have to sell product, or, oh, but I feel bad taking people's money. Like we have this lack of mentality. And one day I realized, what's the last? You're giving them solutions. They're asking you for help because you're the pro. And just like that, you are the pro, girl. You know so much more than the average person. You got your license. You went to school. You got like over 600 or 800 or 1,600 hours of education, depending on what your license is for. And you have all that knowledge, so share it, love. Just because you share it doesn't mean they won't stop coming to you. And number 3, during the shutdown for your business, what can you do to level up? So I always am thinking about leveling up, okay? Next year, right now we're in December, it's December 3rd. I am actually doing my business plan for next year for my first 3 years. I'm getting it done. So I'm always working 3 months ahead. And on my 2021, what's 2021 going to be for me? I'm doing my vision board and everything, getting in tune to where I want to go to next year. And during the shutdown, I know it can be very emotional because it was very emotional for me too. And I know it wasn't released in the press article, but in the Modern Salon article, it was. I talked about like the things I went through and the feelings, and I understand that. And having said that, if you do not have the energy to do any of this, don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you're being bad. We each deal with things differently. I just want to give you guys solutions, okay? If you guys want to move, like trying to find different ways of creating income or bettering your business. So during the shutdown, what can you do? You can actually work on your business. Since you can be inside of it with clients, you can work on making it better, leveling up. Maybe you want to remodel. Maybe you want to repaint, just a little, paint of coat. Look around, look at the ceilings, look at your chair. Is there places that you need to clean, or maybe it needs a little touch up or repaint, or maybe there's that old painting that we've had around for like the past 2 years and it's time to change it. For me, I change my decor every month and a half, and I know that's a little extreme, and I understand that, but it's just how I am. I do it in my house too. I just love always renewing my energy, and if I want to change it and making it fun and making it different for them every time they come see it. Oh yeah, you didn't see that last time, and I love that. It's kind of like coming to a little fun little store. So think about things that you can do that in your business. So like Celeste, I'm not working, I don't have money. What are other things I can do to level up my business? Well, follow big educators. I know during the first shutdown, so many of them, you guys, were offering like free classes. And I took a lot of those free color classes. There was free marketing classes, free braiding classes. I learned how to do the affinity braid during the first shutdown because they actually had a class on it, which it was for free. And it was so awesome. So take advantage of that. If there's something in your business or in your skill set that you're struggling with, maybe you don't know how to use IG stories, or maybe you don't know how to do a certain technique. Look online for educators that are offering free education. Take advantage of that. And something else that you can do during the shutdown, which I know is not super sexy or fun, is look at your numbers. I love looking at my numbers because it tells the truth. I feel like in business sometimes, like we go in and like, I want to empower, like for me, okay, this is me. I love to empower women. I really do. It's more than just a service. It's to empower them, okay? But I always have to put myself back, okay, Celeste, you need a business because you have a family, you have kids, and we have to, it's a business, we have to be profitable as well. So this is the time you can slow down. Look at your numbers. What is the service? What's the number one service that brings you the most income in your business? You should know that. What is the number one service that costs the most amount of money in your business? You should know that. Are you being profitable? I'm going to share with you guys this. This is something personal, but I'm going to share it. It happened, 3 years ago, okay? I was charging $200 for a service. Oh, girl. I felt like I was a baller. I'm like, yeah, I'm charging $200. Oh, yeah, I'm making so much money. Well, after the whole product and chair rental and the time that it took, I was really making $30. $30, you guys. And I was like, Celeste, what the heck are you doing? This is so wrong. And that's when I started looking at my numbers and managing myself and my business and how I invested my business and my, money into it. And if I would have never looked at my numbers, I probably would still be at that point. And that's why I think it's so important for you to take sorry about that. So that's why I think it's so important for you to actually take the time to look at your numbers. And for some of us, during the shutdown, it may be different. Maybe it's the only time because you're working 12, 16-hour days, on your feet. And it's the only time you can relax and be with your children and be with the ones you love, or your puppy or your kitty, or with yourself. Maybe this is the only time that you get time to release all that stress and journal. I love to journal, by the way. Maybe this is a time when you go on walks. I'm a walker too. I love to go on walks to de-stress, or you like to do yoga, your Pilates, your Peloton bike, whatever it is. Just take the time to focus on your business, to level up. And part of that leveling up, and I'm going to end this, is going to be with number 4. I know I said I was going to do 3, but girl, let's be real, is self-love. I know, yes, weren't expecting that one. Self-love is so important. I have struggled with self-love for like so many years. And I finally got to a point where I realized, and this happened years ago, you guys, like years ago. I was in a really dark spot in my life years ago. And I was like, you know what? If I don't love myself, how am I going to love somebody else? If I don't love myself, how am I going to be able to show up for anybody else or give love to anybody else? Like, I need to have love in myself and believe in myself. And doing the work that it took, which for me, it happened by running. I weighed almost 200 pounds at the time, and I lost like 45 pounds just by running. It taught me self-love. It taught me discipline. It taught me what I was capable of when I put my mind into something. And I will forever be grateful for all the tears that I shed and how hard it was to do that, because it taught me of the strength I have within me. And I think a lot of times, like, I don't know about you, like, do you look at Instagram? Do you look at Facebook? Do you look for others for love or acceptance? Because if there's something you want to do, something you want to accomplish, it's so important to have that self-love and self-belief. Because I was actually talking to my husband about this yesterday. There is times, even with his mobile salon, you guys, he was like, are you really going to do that? Like, he's like, I don't think you should. And my sister did the same thing too. And a lot of people that love were telling me that. Now that they, it's awesome. They love it. They see my vision. But if you don't believe in your dream, how are others going to support or believe in you? And there's going to be a point, okay, because it always happens, and it's been really repetitive, and I want you to think about this. Has there ever been something that you really want, but somebody's saying no? And did it take you actually believing in it and saying, you know what, I know this is right, and I'm going to do it. And you took that action, and it changed your life. It changed your business. And it's because you trusted in yourself, and you had that self-love to be like, I matter, and this feels right, and I'm going to do it even if everybody thinks I'm cray-cray. That's what I mean by self-love. So number 4 during the shutdown would be take time for self-love. Take time to read a book. Take time to analyze, like, what makes you happy, what doesn't. And I'm just going to end it with this. Sometimes taking steps for self-love are very hard. But within all the hard steps is going to come really big blessings if you allow it to, and it'll help you level up to the next level. For me, it was really stopping hair services. That was a huge one for me, because, hair has been such a blessing for me in the sense that it has blessed my career, has opened so many doors. And, I'm still going to do hair. It's just, it's not my primary service anymore. And that took a lot of courage, but it was a lot for my self-love. And sometimes doing self-love work is hard. And making those big decisions, I know they're hard. It was very hard for me too, but you can do it. I believe in you. And I know you can. And I know you have the power, and you have the potential, and you have your inner chingona. And that inner chingona is ready to come out. And your inner self and your inner love knows what needs to be done to take you to the next level. So if you're up to it during this shutdown, if it ends up happening to you, or if you end up just having some time, take time to do whatever feels best for you. Because if it's just self-love for yourself during the shutdown, that means when you go back, you're going to be a better person. You're going to be so much happier and be able to service your clients to the next level, be able to show up in your business like renewed and refreshed and with this amazing energy to level up. If it is changing little things in your business, whether it's maybe implementing a new booking system, or, cleaning up the shop, or maybe touching up little things, or changing your decor, or trying to implement things to make it more of a custom and special experience for your client, that's going to help you. if that's what you want to do. No matter what you do during the shutdown, make sure if it does, end up affecting you guys, which I know for us, it's just counting down the days supposedly, so we'll see what happens. Just make sure that you take care of yourself. Make sure that I understand how hard it is because I've gone through 2 of them already, and that it's okay to have our feelings and it's okay to feel the way we feel and to be real. But don't forget to keep in communication with your clients, just to let them know how you're doing, things that are changing or checking up, and more than just business, more than the money, more than the things that we do, being part of Beauty Pros, is having connection with others, is empowering women, is touching people's and women's lives. So make sure that you use this time to stay connected with them and, take time to renew for yourself because you deserve it. We work so hard too, and we deserve self-love. It's very important for us to love ourselves so we can love others. So that is it for me. I hope this was helpful and I gave you a few tips that will help you if you do end up going through a shutdown, or if you need some time away from the salon or away from your business and you get to just renew yourself. Some tips of things you can do. So don't beat yourself up. We each have our own way of dealing with things and emotions. So whether it is to focus on self-love, focus on changing your business, or really staying connected with your clients, do what's best for you. And I'll be back here next week, and hopefully we're still working and up and running up in here in Sonoma County. Thank you so much, you guys, for all the love and support with all the magazine and the article releases on my little mobile salon. I really appreciate it. And huge shout out to everybody that supported me with the mobile salon business classes happening on Saturday. So much love, you guys. Take care. I'll see you guys here back next week.